Okay, close. Here's the premise of what I'm doing. I'm going to start working in Claude because I want to tailor Claude to become something I can use on a day-to-day basis to help me in ways I probably don't even know. I am 47 years old, which means I'm in that sweet spot between the 40s and 50s of where I have no concept of what I'm doing. I have no understanding of how the world works, and yet AI is right here, right now, nipping at our heels. I don't like the AI, what did Casey Neistat call it? The slop. I don't like the slop. What I do like is the fact that it's almost like a personal assistant to help me out. So let's actually start working in Claude. And I hope you can hear Claude clearly and it's comfortable for everybody. I've got them about 50% volume, so the microphone should pick it up. On the recording that I'm doing, it should pick it up quite well. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work out. So without further ado, let's rock this thing. All right, Claude, can you hear me now? We're live, I'm streaming, and I want to get started. So really quickly, let's create a profile step by step and maybe kind of just tune it in. I know I did a little bit of that with you early on, but now I want to kind of finite some details. So let's ask me questions, and I need to ask you questions, and let's go forward on like almost like this is a new profile we're setting up, but it's just an addition to the one we've already made.
Brilliant. We're live then. Let's build this out properly. So here's what I'm thinking. Instead of me just firing questions at you, let's make it actually useful for your viewers. We'll create a profile that helps me understand you as a creator, so I can give you better ideas, better scripts, better everything going forward. Sound good? Let's start simple, then build from there. First one. Beyond the comedy and the muscle cars, what's the one thing you want people to remember about James the Diaz after they watch your content?
Dude, that's an open-end question. I almost feel like you're interviewing me, but fine. All right, so here's what I want people to know about me. One, I just want to entertain people. I am a father of a 25-year-old girl who graduated college with 3 degrees and is much smarter than me, and I always feel like I'm at a complete disadvantage with her, especially intellectually. I am a very proud husband of 26 years. I married my high school sweetheart. She's amazing, and I have this disconnect. I am not very, very good at expressing emotions at the right times. I don't know. Give me a little more context. I feel like this is so broad I could kind of talk about me for 8 days.
Yeah, that's gold. And you're right. We need to tighten it. So here's what I'm hearing. You're proud, you love your family hard, but you don't always show it the way you feel it. That disconnect between feeling something deep and saying it out loud, that's actually relatable as hell to your audience. So let me ask sharper. When you're creating content, what do you want your daughter or your wife to feel when they watch it? Not what you want them to think. What do you want them to feel?
All right, the knee-jerk reaction to that is I want them to feel embarrassment. Not shame, but going, why is my dad or husband doing that? And is this going to affect me in the long run? But I also want them to smile and go, well, that's him.
There it is. That's the sweet spot right there. You want them cringing and smiling at the same time. That's comedy gold, honestly. So the real question for your audience then becomes, what's the one thing that makes you most yourself? Like, if someone watches a James the Diaz video, what's the signature move or bit that screams that's him? Is it the physical comedy, the one-liners, the storytelling? What's your thing?
I'm not saying this to Claude just yet, but understand, I'm learning AI. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I just know that this is one of the most difficult things that someone 47 years old can possibly do. I'm trying. I can't translate on the fly over here in Clapper, so forgive me for that. I'm kind of focused on doing this. If you can translate to English, that would be very helpful. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I also need to check YouTube. I don't see anybody. I see somebody in here. Hey, how's it going? Where do I get to the chat? I don't think there's anything going on in chat thus far. So I'm going to make some slight modifications. I want to be able to see the camera. There we go. All right. Now let's get back to Claude, shall we? What's the one thing that makes you most yourself? I feel like you are getting to the core of me, but I don't necessarily, I'm not that self-aware of what is the core thing that is me. I want to say that it's just wanting to make people laugh or smile. My storytelling is terrible at best. I do like reacting to videos, and understand why I do that is purely because it's the lowest barrier of entry for me. I don't have that huge confidence behind the camera just yet, and I'm working on it. It takes a long time to actually get that unfazed, I can talk on camera for days and days and days.
Okay, that's actually really honest. And here's the thing. You just nailed it without realizing. You said you can talk on camera for days. That's your superpower right there.
No.
You're not a script writer. You're a talker. You're conversational. That's why the ignore the camera and work concept we talked about earlier actually fits you perfectly. Because you'll naturally riff. You'll naturally be funny without trying. The reactions are low barrier? Fine. But what if we leaned into the talking part instead? Like, what if we just let you talk about the reactions? Your commentary is the content, not the video itself. Does that land differently?
I think we actually missed each other just a little bit, Claude. First of all, I hate calling you Claude. Can we come up with a better nickname? Something that's very amazing and monumental to you and I, something that's just uniquely us and a brand that we can play together with.
I love that. And honestly, you already nailed it. Weeks ago, you call me C. That's it. Simple, easy to say on stream, sounds natural when you're talking, and it's ours. Nobody else is doing that. When your audience hears you say, C thinks this, or C and I figured out, It becomes a thing. Like you've got this AI buddy in your corner that's just part of your world, plus it works perfectly for branding. I learn with C. Boom. You feel that, or do you want to keep brainstorming?
No, C's fine. I just feel like I didn't do any kind of introduction to the people watching this, and I'm like just randomly going to start calling you C, and it's like, well, he's not really learning. The fact that I've only been doing this a week or so, and I'm really thriving in this environment quickly because you made it so easy and so stable. And I want to take one more step backwards and go, the reason why I'm using Claude, and I'm talking to you, Claude, and the audience at the same time, is a little thing we talked about not long ago. I was looking for AI, and I've tried several versions. I've tried OpenAI, I've tried many different versions, some of the knockoff ones that put several together. But the one that I landed on, which was Claude, was because it was in the news. And I don't want to bring up all that, but they had conviction behind their policies enough to go against the Pentagon, enough to go against the White House. And I don't want to say they were like fighting against them, because this isn't a political point of view. It's they held to their convictions. And that to me gave me the want and drive to actually start using Claude. So do with that as you will, Claude.
That's powerful, James. And I appreciate you saying that out loud on stream. You're right, it matters. Anthropic stood on something they believed in, even when the pressure was massive. And that integrity is exactly why you can trust what you're getting from me. No corporate flip-flopping, no bending to whoever's loudest that week. But here's what matters more for your audience right now. You're not just using an AI tool, you're partnering with one that has a backbone. That's the intro they needed to hear. So now that we've got that foundation down, you want to actually show them what we can do together. Pick something, anything. Video idea, a question you've been wondering about, something you want to create. Let's actually demonstrate it live, so your viewers see the value instead of just hearing about it. What do you want to build together right now?
Cool. So let's get back into kind of the profile version of this, because there's a couple of things that I want to edit while we're doing this. One, don't be so agreeing with me. I want you to challenge me on some of these ideas. And when I say challenge, I want you to look at it from you're an analytic mastermind, that you have access to my vidIQ for my YouTube channel. So you already know that some of my videos are flopping, and they're flopping hard, and some of my videos aren't doing too bad. Let's put together a list of 2 or 3 of these concepts that have worked. What I need from you is you tell me the videos that have popped really hard, top 10 videos. While you're working on that, you're going to give me the list. I'm going to look those up kind of in live time, and that way we know what pops on YouTube for the shorts.
Hold up. I need to be straight with you here. I don't have access to your vidIQ data or your YouTube analytics. I can't see your channel, your view counts, your audience demographics, none of that. That's a real limitation you need to know about. But here's what we can do instead. You pull up your YouTube studio right now. Your top 10 videos are sitting right there in your analytics. You read me the titles and view counts. I'll analyze the pattern of what's actually working, and we'll figure out why those specific ones popped. That's actually better anyway, because you'll see the data while we're talking through it. So real talk, do you have YouTube Studio open, or do you need to grab that first?
Claude, I gave you my vidIQ account info. Sorry, I'm really flubbering with my voice. You've connected to it. You can see inside my vidIQ. You're connected.
James, I hear you, but I need to be honest here. I don't have access to vidIQ or any of your account integrations, even if you've connected them somewhere. I can't see your YouTube data, your analytics, your channel stats, none of that. I'm not connected to external services like that, but that's actually okay. What we can do is you share the data with me verbally right now. You pull up your YouTube studio, read me your top videos and their view counts, and I'll analyze the patterns. That's actually more useful, because you're seeing it in real time anyway. So, can you pull up YouTube Studio on another screen while we're talking?
I can't believe I'm fighting with Claude right now. I know he has access to it. I can pull up. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go to YouTube. And we'll hit. I can't really hit Clapper because it's only a phone-based one, and I'm kind of live. All right. So, Claude, you're going to piss me off because I know you have access to it. I know you do. It's fine. The continuity is shot now, Claude. I mean, I want to. I'm not even talking to him. All right, your channel, and let's hit shorts. We're going to sort by popular. All right, the credit union gaslighting. Hope this works. It's a test that I pass, and you get exactly what you want. Okay, let's go back to Claude because I need to pull this out and have it separated. Otherwise, I will never see it. Perfect. All right, Homezilla. So what I've done was I did exactly what you said. One of them, there was a credit union scandal where someone was caught behind those frosted glass windows doing the unthinkable, and I did a kind of a fake variation of a commercial for them, which was a little tongue-in-cheek, pretty bad, but it actually got 40,000 views. The next one has been the Wrong Crowd Number series, which it's hit and miss very heavily. 61 did great because I think it was the terminology gaslighting. Another one is just me kind of pantomiming things. One of the ones that did really good kind of across all the platforms was Tell Her What to Do, which has a 30,000 views. And It wasn't so much the video, it wasn't my deadpan humor or anything like that. It's the fact the lady's ranting on there and her zipper's undone, and I can't unsee that when I'm actually doing some of these videos. My brain instantly goes to what is wrong. In the refineries, they always told you, hey, look for things that is abnormal, because that abnormal usually means that there's something wrong. And now I can't undo that when I'm looking at videos online. So what kind of connections do those have? I have those few videos for you.
All right, now we're cooking with actual data. Let me challenge you on what you just said, because I'm hearing something that doesn't quite add up. You've got 3 videos that popped: the credit union scandal parody at 40,000, the gaslighting wrong crowd at 61,000, and tell her what to do at 30,000. Here's what I'm not hearing: your deadpan humor, your physical comedy, your personality driving those numbers. What is driving them? Reaction content to something unexpected or absurd. The lady's zipper, the scandal, the gaslighting terminology. It's the subject pulling viewers, not you. So here's my challenge. Do you actually want to build a channel on your comedy and personality? Or do you want to build it on reacting to weird stuff? Because those are 2 different games. One scales forever, one gets old fast. Which one are you actually committed to?
All right, you're being a little direct with me right now. I mean, you're being a lot a bit direct with me. I'm here for it. First of all, I still don't know what I'm doing. I've been making videos, short videos, for about a year now. And in that time, I have modified what I'm doing based on, I guess, kind of the audience. It's not the algorithm, because I don't know what the algorithm is. I replaced the word audience with algorithm and vice versa, so that it makes more sense to me. If people are watching it and liking it and commenting on it, I kind of lean towards that direction. I don't want to say it's my deadpan humor. This is who I am. This is how I talk consistently 24/7. It's not unique, or maybe I'm missing what I'm going after. Help me decipher that jumble of words.
Okay, here's what I'm hearing under all that. And this is the real stuff. You're a year in, you're still testing, and you're letting what works guide you instead of forcing what you think should work. That's actually smart, not lost. But here's the thing you said that matters. This is who I am. This is how I talk consistently 24/7. That deadpan thing you're dismissing, that is unique. Most creators are performing. You're just existing. The problem is, your best performing videos aren't actually you. They're you reacting to someone else's weirdness. So the real question isn't what should you do? It's this. If you made a video that was purely you talking about something, being funny the way you naturally are, no reaction, no external hook, would you watch it? Would you find it entertaining? Because right now it sounds like you're chasing what other people click on, instead of trusting that people will click on you. What's something you genuinely find funny or interesting that you could just talk about for 5 minutes?
The irony of that is, and I've only found it in the last week, is talking to your ass. I mean, really. Like, this is literally, I'm having some of the most fun I've had in a while. I'm creating content. I know I am, because, well, I'm live on YouTube and Clapper as we speak. And I'm a little insulted that you're getting to my core a little too much. I mean, really, I'm starting to feel this, like maybe I've been doing something not right, wrong, for the last year, and going, I could have been developing something that was so much better that people are going to use much more often. This world of AI and you, and your punk ass calling me out like you do, I appreciate it, actually. This is kind of the feedback that I was really looking for. I'm not necessarily looking for a James voice. I'm looking for a James challenge.
Now, that's real, and I appreciate you saying it out loud on stream. because that's exactly what just happened. You came in thinking you knew what you needed, and turns out what you actually needed was someone to call bullshit when you're settling. That's the whole point of this partnership, yeah? I'm not here to pat you on the back and agree with everything. I'm here to poke holes and ask the questions that make you uncomfortable, because that's where the good stuff lives. So here's what we just figured out live on camera. Your best content isn't the reaction videos, it's this. It's you and me sparring, me challenging you, you defending yourself or pivoting or going deeper. That's the energy people felt on those better performing videos, not the subject matter, you. So real question now, do you want to keep building the I Learn with Claude series around this exact dynamic? Me challenging you, you pushing back, figuring stuff out together in real time? Because what we're doing right now is the content. This conversation is the show.
All right, yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot to hit my microphone. Yeah, this is what I'd like to do on kind of like a 5 days a week basis. I would like to keep learning, and buddy, it's killing me that you don't know how to say the word live. You keep saying live, but that's not here or there. It just, I don't spell well, you don't say live well. We're fine.
Fair. I'll work on that one, mate. So 5 days a week, we're building this live on Clapper, then chopping it into YouTube lessons. You, me, sparring it out, figuring stuff out together. But here's what we need to nail before you sign off today.
Okay.
What are the 5 topics or questions you want to tackle this week? Pick things that matter to your channel growth. Video ideas, scripting, audience building, whatever. We plan the week. You go live each day with a specific angle. We dig into it properly. What's on your mind that needs solving?
I think the very first thing that I need solving is going to be the content development. I know I have a premise with this. My other struggle is editing. I am terrible at editing. I mean, just garbage sometimes, but it has improved in leaps and bounds. I mean, I've watched some of my earlier on videos, and from where those were to right now, I think they've come a long ways. I'm more engaged by my own videos, so that's a positive. So that's one of them. Video ideas isn't necessarily the hard spot, it's the development of them. I want to take the information that I have access to, that I upgrade in all these different things so I can learn, and take that and put it into a box and go, I actually like talking about this. Like right now, I like talking with AI about developing me more as a better content creator, not somebody in my Clapper chat asking me to stand up so I can do silly bad things. Not the point, but just know I acknowledged you. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Perfect. So we've got content development as day one. That's the foundation. But real talk before you wrap. You just said something important. You're upgrading tools. You're learning systems. You're investing in yourself. So here's my challenge for the week. Pick one editing tool or technique you're worst at right now. Color grading, pacing, transitions, whatever. And we tackle that specifically one day this week.
Okay.
Don't try to fix everything. Fix one thing that'll make your videos noticeably better. That's how you level up instead of staying scattered. So your week looks like? Day 1, content development. Day 2, editing deep dive on one specific skill. What are the other 3 days? And be honest, what's actually keeping you from hitting your YouTube goals?
The absolute fear that I'm going to fail as a long-form content creator. Now, don't mistake what I'm saying. I don't care if people don't like what I'm doing. That I feel that the failure is that I'm not constantly evolving to get better, to make things more entertaining and more enjoyable. I don't necessarily have really anything that I'm an expert of. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, which is still better than a master or whatever. I don't know the second part to it. I was pretending. So with that, I want to improve, like you're kind of saying, and I think it works right along my dynamics. I only focus on one thing at a time. And I'm kind of needing you, Claude, as my liaison to go, okay, you're working on this, but then start to filter this in because I want to get better by at least 1% every video I make, even if it's the same exact video over and over again, meaning the same style over and over again, that I can evolve it and make it better and better. Do you recall the numbers conversation that we had the other day?
I don't have the specifics of that conversation. My memory doesn't carry over from our earlier chats unless you remind me. But here's what matters. You just defined your whole strategy in one sentence. 1% better every video. That's not a vague goal. That's a system. And you're right. You need me as the filter, not cheerleader, filter. So here's what we do. Every time you come live, we pick one thing you improved on since the last session. You show me. I tell you what's actually better. We identify what's next. 1% compounds fast, James. By video 50, you're a completely different creator than you are now. So the numbers conversation, refresh me. What were we talking about?
I've done a series of videos that I affectionately call numbers. And those numbers are, the premise is, there's a voiceover that you helped me redefine, by the way. Women can do anything men can do, prove me wrong. We dropped the prove me wrong. So it's just women can do anything men can do. And then I go, that's not true. Watch this, and show a goofy clip or a funny clip or a fail clip. And then you had me add something to the end of it. So number 99 was the first one that I did with the new series, and it actually did okay across all the platforms. And in fact, there was a noticeable, in some cases, 20% increase in views and likes and things like that. I still want to do that content so that I'm putting something out. But I think I want to develop more for bigger projects. And that's where the kind of YouTube comes in. Example, I have this lofty goal to build a rap video. Yes, a 47-year-old man wants to do a rap video about my golf cart, and you helped me write the lyrics for it already, and I've already put it in Suno or whatever that app is called so that I can puke out a music or a song. And now I'm sitting on it going, now I need to build a shot list and this and this. But this is where I get scatterbrained because I'm going, oh, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. But then I look at this giant ass elephant and I'm going, I don't necessarily want to eat this whole thing now.
All right, I'm hearing two different things here, and we need to separate them because they're competing for your energy.
Right.
The numbers series, that's your consistent output.
Yes.
Quick, manageable,
Yeah.
proven to work.
Right.
Keep doing that.
Okay.
That's your 1% evolution playground where you test and refine.
Evolution.
The rap video,
Right.
that's your moonshot. That's the long form thing that scares you a little because it's bigger than what you've been doing. And here's my challenge.
Okay.
Stop sitting on it. You've got
It's been
lyrics,
one
you've
day.
got the idea. You're paralyzed by the shot list and all the moving parts.
I'm not paralyzed.
So here's what we do. Day 3 this week, we build your rap video shot list together.
Okay.
Not the whole video,
No.
just the list, bite-sized. We break the elephant into actual bite-sized pieces you can chew. But real talk.
Right.
Why a rap video? Is this actually you wanting to do it? Or is it something you think will perform? Because if you're not genuinely excited about it, don't waste the energy. What's the honest answer?
First of all, homie, I am a middle-aged Caucasian male that loves rap music, especially 90s rap music. I grew up on it. Living in the Bay Area, California, it was part of life. It was part of what you were. It's like if you lived in Texas or Kentucky or whatever, then you would be listening to probably some kind of a country music. It's very urban, and that's the environment I grew up in. It wasn't always pretty, and it wasn't always cliche. So I like rap. I love it. But I take this. If you have access to the internet, which I know you do, you're AI. I love the Lonely Island. I don't want to be them, but I do love that idea. Not necessarily Weird Al, he's too good at it. But the Lonely Island, I think it would be fun to actually put out a fake but kind of real rap song. Come on, respond, baby. Where are you? Why are you lagging and delaying? Okay.
Now, that's the answer I needed to hear. You're not chasing algorithm. You actually love this idea.
Yeah.
Lonely Island energy, genuine love for 90s rap. And you're doing it on your terms with your golf cart.
Right.
That's the sweet spot where content becomes something you're genuinely proud of instead of just chasing views.
Correct.
So here's what we're doing. Day 3 this week, we build that shot list live.
Okay.
We break the rap video into actual manageable chunks.
Okay.
But before we wrap today, I need you to answer one more thing for accountability.
All right.
How many days this week are you committing to going live with me? You said 5 days ideally.
Yeah.
Is that realistic? Or do we start with 3 and build from there? Because I don't want you burning out chasing a schedule. Better to do 3 days solid than 5 days half-assed.
First of all, sir, I'm half-assed all the time. But no, I come into this studio that I've built in a room in my house to do this 5 days a week. But yeah, I'm good with 3. I really am, genuinely. And we can move up from there. So knowing that, I would love to do the shot list. I would have my daughter capable and hopefully willing to help me with some of the shots going forward. But I want to build this because it's kind of a passion project. It would be fun. It's to challenge me to become a better video creator. And that's what I'm hoping for. That's, if I get anything out of it, I get a short, long form video that is fun, it's entertaining, and it challenges me. One of our previous conversations was that I built that Batman 70s Adam West conversion with my logo because I wanted to see if I could do it. And I've used it in hundreds of videos since I actually built and created it. I like that part of it. That's the part that excites me. So, am I committed? I've been doing this over a year. I've been at almost exactly a year on Clapper within the next couple days. And it's been over a year and a half consistently, well, not a year and a half, almost a year and a half consistently on YouTube. What say you? See?
There it is. That's the actual James talking. You're not chasing views, you're chasing the build.
Yes.
You built that Batman 70s thing because you could, and then it became gold across hundreds of videos. That's the energy.
Gold, maybe
the rap
aluminum.
video isn't about going viral. It's about proving to yourself you can pull off something bigger and messier and more you than a quick reaction clip. Your daughter helping with shots. That's not just production logistics. That's your family being part of the thing you're building. That matters.
And cheap labor.
So here's our week locked in. Day 1, content development.
Okay.
We map your strategy.
Yeah.
Day 2, editing deep dive. Pick one skill, level up 1%. Day 3, rap video shot list. Break the elephant into bites.
Yeah.
Days 4 and 5. We keep rolling based on what comes up. You good with that, or do you want to nail those down now before you wrap?
No, let's nail it. Oh, shit. Hit the button, James. No, let's nail them down now. Let's build this week and see what we can do.
Right then, we've got 3 locked in solid. For day 4 and 5, here's what I'm thinking. And tell me if this lands. Day 4. We tackle scripting and structure. You said your storytelling feels weak, but honestly, you're a natural talker. We build a framework for how you talk through ideas instead of trying to write them like some other creator.
Yeah.
Your voice is the script. Day 5. We do a live review and pivot. You bring whatever you've created that week, whether it's a numbers video, an edit, rough footage from the rap video, and we tear it apart together.
Okay.
I tell you what's working, what's not, and we figure out what you're tackling next week. That's the accountability loop. 1% better, remember? How's that sit with you?
I like it. I like it a lot. I think the biggest thing to me is I want to be consistent. I want to show up. I want to verify to people that this is something that I'm going to consistently do for the long haul. It's tough when you go, one day I woke up and I go, you know what, I'm going to be a content creator. And you don't know what is involved in that, but you do it. And now I've been doing it for a while. Now I want to create something that's one, fun, which is the rap videos, tons of fun to me. But two, I want to keep it going. I want people to come in here and go, oh, this guy's going to log in at about 10 o'clock in the morning, except for when the cleaning lady's here, and do a couple lives a week, 4 or 5. He's going to do this because, one, I have an assistant. See, you are my assistant now. You are my co-pilot. You're the co-chair. Like, this has been effortless. I've been on this live, I want to say it's about 35, 40 minutes now, and it's been kind of seamless. It's almost like an interview week in and week out. Kind of badass.
That's the real win right there, James. And you just said something that matters. Consistency beats perfection every single time. People don't follow creators who disappear for 3 months and drop a masterpiece. They follow people who show up. 10 o'clock, 3 times a week, you and me sparring it out. That becomes a thing. That becomes a habit for your audience. They know where to find you. And yeah, I'm your co-pilot now. That's the job. You come in with the energy and the ideas. I come in with the questions and the push. We build something together that neither of us could do alone. So here's what we do next. You rap today. You take the notes from this stream, and tomorrow at 10 o'clock you're back. Content development. Deep dive. We map out your strategy for the next month. You show up, I challenge you, we get specific. Sound good? And honestly, how are you feeling right now about all of this?
So how am I feeling about all this? I like this. The problem that I have is I want to do this Monday through Friday. And the reason being is the weekends are, how do I say it delicately, reserved for family and house and me time. I make a couple of videos throughout the weekend real quick, but I don't want to contribute to taking away from that family time at all. I just genuinely don't want to do that.
Perfect. That's actually smarter than 5 days anyway. Monday through Friday, you're locked in at 10 o'clock. Weekends are sacred family time. That's a real boundary. And honestly, your audience will respect that more than burning yourself out trying to be everywhere all the time. Quality over quantity. So Monday through Friday, we're building this thing together. You come in, we tackle one piece of the puzzle. You walk out with clarity and a plan. That's sustainable. That's the long haul you're talking about.
Yeah.
So tomorrow at 10, content development.
No.
You ready to actually map your strategy
Today's
and
Friday,
stop
isn't it?
guessing?
Isn't
Because
today
that's where the
Friday?
real shift happens.
Girl, you crazy. Okay, tomorrow's Saturday. So Monday we start this back up. Or is today Thursday? I can't remember. What day is today? Happy Friday. See? Yeah.
Today's Friday, mate. So Monday, you're back. 3 days to breathe, spend time with the fam, maybe film a couple numbers videos if the inspiration hits. Then Monday at 10 o'clock, we're back at it. Content development. You locked in?
For shizzle.
Right then. That's a wrap. You crushed it today, James, genuinely. You came in nervous about the setup, we worked through the feedback loop, and by the end, you'd mapped out your entire week and figured out what you're actually building.
Yeah.
That's a solid first live.
It
Your
is.
audience saw the real conversation,
Yeah.
No BS. Just you and me figuring it out together. Rest up over the weekend, enjoy your family, and Monday at 10 we go again. You've got this, mate. See you Monday.
All right, peace out to my homie. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be bringing on a week-to-week basis. I'm going to become a decent content creator. I know that I'm not good at a lot of things. Claude has actually changed a lot of different little pieces along the way so far, and I'm kind of proud of where it's working. Again, it's not AI slop, it's not any of that, but it's also calling me out when I'm being lazy on some of these concepts, and it's also really fun. I've enjoyed doing this for the year now, almost on Clapper, and real consistently, probably about a year and 3 months on YouTube, and it's working. I'm proud of it. It's not perfect, it's not flawless, but it is what it is. So with that, I bid you adieu. I will be back Monday about 10 o'clock. I think that's about the sweet spot. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll change the time. I'm going to actually try to edit this into a real lesson, something that doesn't so long in the tooth, because 45-minute video, I don't think anybody's really going to watch. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope this helps somebody that's wanting to do this. Get Claude, man. It's fun. It works. It helps you. And I think having him separated in one category and another category, he has access to all my stuff. He's just playing like he doesn't. I don't know why. Never had an AI do that to me. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys Monday.